You are not as far behind as what you think you are. Seriously, I'm a 21-year-old millionaire and I can barely speak, right? That should go and tell you something, right? But I'm 21 years old. I've been able to create this wealth. I made my first million at 20, my first $100,000 at 19, but I grew up extremely poor. I'm talking dead broke. I was abused as a kid. I went through a lot as a child. I was constantly moving into government homes or caravans or with my aunties, just moving around. I didn't even go through like a couple of years of school because I was constantly moving schools. I didn't even learn to tell the time. And to be honest with you, I don't know how to tell the big circle time. I don't know. As crazy as that might seem. So this might already go to tell you, give you some perspective of it's not that hard to get this. Right? So I told you the jump a second ago. I went from 17 dirt poor, 18 about dirt poor, 19 made my first $100,000 and was making money, and then 20 I made over $1.5 million, and now 21 and I'm doing some crazy fucking shit. Right now I'm looking at more investment properties and businesses and having some fun. That's what I'm doing, right? So every single video that I've been posting on the YouTube channel is been in a different room because I've just been jumping around from building to building in the city because now I'm able to live the life that I always wished, right? So I used to work in one of these buildings in the city. A couple of years ago, I was in, corporate sales, and I would look at all of these hotels and all of these places, all these fancy things, and I'd be like, shit, I wonder how I can get at the tippity top of that building. We are currently at the tippity top of this building. Right. Last weekend I was at the tippity top of that building. The other weekend I was at the tippity top of that building. Right. I'm now able to do what I always wanted to do. Now that's not a flex. That's just saying it how it is. Right. And you'll find I really don't like to fuck around, unlike a lot of the other gurus that you see on here. Right. So you're not that far behind. Seriously. Now I've just told you that I went from 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, and you hopefully, if you know some math, that happened in a very short amount of time. Yes, I did have to put a lot of work in prior. Now, this is what a lot of gurus aren't going to tell you. So this is why it's important for you to actually listen to me and then take action on what I'm going to tell you. So a lot of gurus will tell you, okay, I made $1 million. I made $5 million, $100 million. Well, that's great. I fucking love that. But let's move the bag. But how long did it actually take you? Because right now you are seeing the outputs of the inputs that I put in, which means, okay, you put in something, and then in the future you get something in return. So if you want a Lamborghini or a watch, you have to do stuff in order to get that money to get that watch. That's the outputs of the inputs that you put in. So everything that you see right now, Lord behold, is the outputs of the work that I've been able to do. All right. So, being said, this means that I have been working very hard since I was about 14. Now you're thinking, oh shit, do I have to work for 10 years, 6 years, 7 years or 4 years or whatever in order to get what I want? No. But what I will tell you is that you need to start now. You know the saying, right? The best time to start was yesterday and the second best time to start is today. And that could not be further from the truth, right? Now, I spent so many years trying so many different things. I tried agencies and, all these businesses and drop shipping and e-commerce and Etsy stores and, flipping shoes and cars and Depop and all these different things. And I wasn't successful, honestly. And I don't mind saying that because I'm not the best at everything, right? Now, the reason I failed isn't because I wasn't the best at it. It was because I didn't give it enough time. So here's what you need to know in order to fast track your success, right? So it took me lots of years to get into this position, but the way that you can fast track your success is by doing one simple thing: finding something and sticking to it until it works. Because I can promise you, I could have been a millionaire in Etsy, drop shipping, crypto, NFTs, day trading, fucking car flipping, shoe flipping, I could have become a millionaire in any of them, right? But I didn't because I didn't give it enough time. So my biggest fuck up was trying all these different things and just FOMO, right? I would see something, online. Oh shit, this looks amazing. Let me get into it. Oh shit, this looks amazing. Let me get into it. Oh shit, this also looks amazing. And I was doing 5 things at the same time. Yeah, it's cool. I can do this. I can't. Because at the end of the day, I had 100% effort, all right, but I was splitting it up into 5 different cups. Would you rather 1 full cup of water or 5 cups with 25% in each? So a tiny bit of water in each cup. You would rather it all in the 1 cup, right? So think about that as energy. Because you've only got, let's say, 100% bar of energy a day, which means you can't be doing all these different things at the same time. You need to stick to something. So this is where I saw my growth, and I'm literally about to tell you where it all popped off for me. So I tried all these different things online. It didn't work. And it got to a point where my partner, now my fiance, now retired, she was going through a lot of health issues. I was working a 9-to-5 corporate sales job, and I needed to cough up like $10,000. I didn't have that. And that's the realization for me that what the fuck have I been doing for these last 5 years? I've got nothing to show for it. I've tried all these different things. Why didn't it work? This was the first time I actually took a step back and actually dropped my ego and dropped the balls, and looked at everything how it was. And I said, Nathaniel, you're a dickhead. You're a lazy piece of shit. 2, you're a fucking dickhead. 3, the Australians, you're a cunt, right? That's what I said to myself. So I was like, okay, the biggest thing that I noticed with all of these different things that I've tried is that I tried them all for about a month and I stopped. Well, what could have happened if I did it and I didn't stop? So I went back on YouTube and I was looking for something. I got into appointment setting. Right now, appointment setting is basically just communicating. It's just talking to people in the DMs. That's how I made my first $100,000. Right, I was just talking to people in the DMs. And I found this skill, and they weren't saying that you can make $1 million, but they were saying that you can make $10,000. And that felt a little bit more legit. So I did my research, I hired a coach, I did all these extra things. I went balls deep into it. In a couple months, wasn't the first month. So again, the first month, you're not going to do shit, let's be honest. Right? That's where I'd normally quit. But the second month, I'm like, okay, I'm actually seeing a little bit of progress here. The third month, oh shit, I'm actually fucking making money. All right. And then, the next month it popped off really quickly. I did like 25,000. And then it just went on and on and on until I did about $100,000. Right. And then I started teaching people different things and I started teaching people my skills. And then I came out with this program. I enrolled like 3,000 people in like a couple months. So that did $100,000 and everything's just starting to take off at the same time. My TikTok goes to 10,000 followers. All this shit's going on. I'm getting these people making videos about me. Like I'll pop a few things here. Right, I built this business that's called TrueCoin Online. That's now one of the biggest programs in that niche. Like, oh my God, all this shit's going on. Right? Because making money online is like a hockey stick. It goes like this, really straight, like you won't see any progress, and then bang. Like just bang like that, right? Exactly like a hockey stick. So how can you take this and use it? Let me tell you a short story. Find something that you want to do that actually looks viable. That could be appointment setting, that could be closing, whatever, that can be whatever you want to do. Find something and do not fucking stop until you're making money. What we like to say over here is give life no other choice than to make you successful. I spent years trying different things, but then I was able to make $100,000 in my first year of actually putting in effort. And then 1.5, and then it's just going on and on and on. And that happened in the span of like 3 years, about maybe 2.5 years, right? And that can happen even quicker for you. Again, you might not even want to make millions, which is great, but you can make $10,000, I promise you, in your next 3 months. Like I absolutely guarantee it if you actually do what I said, right? This is the reason you're not as far behind as what you think you are, is because you look at these entrepreneurs and that they tell you that they spent 10 years or 15 years trying to make money online. You're like, oh shit, it's gonna take me 10, 15 years. No, because all those entrepreneurs did exactly what I did. They spent those 10 years fucking doodling around, not doing anything. And then when they actually decided to stick to something, they were successful. It has nothing to do with the business, nothing to do with the model, nothing to do with the personal brand. It's just that they fucked around for 10 years and then they decided to stop fucking around. They actually stuck at it for 3 months and then they were successful. And now they are that guru talking about that. Now they're out here telling you to get into this drop shipping, you know, build this agency or whatever. It doesn't matter about the business. If you want to make money, it doesn't fucking matter. It's about you. Because if you aren't dialed in and you stop fucking around, then you're not going to accomplish anything. And that's the hard truth. But anyway, we'll keep this short. I don't want to fuck around again. So I hope you did enjoy the video. I hope you learnt something, right? Because at the end of the day, I love to teach how to make money and making 10K and 20 and 50, 100,000, $1 million, whatever. But at the end of the day, if you aren't the person that can make $10,000, then you aren't going to make it. It doesn't matter what tricks or tips I tell you, right? Or what model I tell you, you won't be able to do it if you aren't the person that can do it. So first, you need to become the type of person that can do it. And that type of person is someone that finds something and they sticks to it. So I hope you did enjoy the video. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace out.